They asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. They do what they can, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, yard dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. They're on 17-yard line. Check. Check. 55 to mine. Hey, check.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at his own 10. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Shoot. You're out. He's coming. We got double up.
They'll run with Lindsey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Keep that tight right there. Joker. Slam. Go.
One more time with Lindsey. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Phillip Lindsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
On 2nd down and 4, Allen, he's got this one complete to Perriman. Rashad Perriman off to the races. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Rashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
SOS. He's checking. Crash. Whip. Watch the whip.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check three.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's a good shot.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
This is fielded at the 7. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Chopper. Squeeze, get in there. Go.
On third down, here's Lindsey. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen, he's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
You draw Porter.
First down, London.
Hey, team 6.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. These two teams all tied after 1. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, they can make someone miss in the open field.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over. Check 4, check 4. Mike 56, Mike 56. Rip left, rip left. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
2nd and 3. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. He's picked off near his own 48. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 21. They were looking for Johnson that time. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Got to do better. Come on. Pass. Switch. Hey, tight. Mike 55. Five. Not here. Mike 55. I got one. Let's go.
Here's Allen to throw it. Johnson's got it complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Switch it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's brought down by Deion Jones. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right here.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
45, 45, 45, come on, go!
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he's going to go down again. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but...
And this will be caught at the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
It's a gain of 38 yards.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
80 weapon.
2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, Allen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Tucson, 56. Let's go one more. Mike 56. Kill.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Allen now on first down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking for Brashad Perriman. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Jim.
A final shot before half for Allen. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
We play to win. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check. Kill. Check 37. Check 37. Check. Slim. Ready.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Bravo. 45. Mike, 45.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards through the air on a 1st down.
Hey, check Brown 80. Here we go. Monday. Hey, Foxtrot. Let us go. 45.
From the gun, it's Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
In your face.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Go. Motion backfield. 56. Alpha. 56, right there. Go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. He's going to look deep for more. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Motion. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Hey, Haywood.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Running right, here's Sanders. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Another run here with Sanders. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Here we go. It's their 7th inning. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Bills' 17-yard line.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. You're out. Cut. Wrong. What happened?
Here's Lindsey. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 3rd down. Lindsey, and he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Allen now from the gun. He'll throw. Open man here is Foster. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great play there, with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
No.
They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The Falcons on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Allen off the play fake. And that's complete to Sanders. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
45. 19. 45. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Hey, let's go. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 45 to Mike. Let's go.
Allen now on 3rd and goal.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Check it back, check it back.
It's a quarterback sneak. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
50 seconds to mark. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They'll try and sneak it here. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Bills have recovered.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run with Sanders. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed